We are in a very violent era of politics. The Minnesota Speaker of House was murdered in her home with her husband and their dog. The same day, a representative and his wife were gunned down in their home, but they managed to survive. Charlie Kirk was killed. Regardless of who he was killed by, he was killed in broad daylight, and things like that are done to send a message. We just got confirmation that a CIA agent planted pipe bombs around January 6th in order to stage a coup, but really was a military operation full of FBI agents. The DC shooting, Ramanullah Lakanwal, an Afghan national who worked with the CIA for 10 years in Afghanistan. This guy, who was trained to kill Afghans by our government, shouts Allahu Akbar and kills 2 National Guardsmen 1 mile from the White House. Obviously, this is not an organic event. Due to the fact that people have been outraged at what's going on with Israel and their absolute desecration of the indigenous Palestinian people, and not to mention their complete overrun of our government and society, they now have to ramp up that Muslim terror. What better way to get people riled up than to kill 2 service members? Andrew Wolf and Sarah Beckstrom were sadly used and disposed of by their own government. And it's so tragic, and I can't imagine what their families are going through.
Because regardless, our government is to blame. It is. And the reason that our military swears an oath to the Constitution and not our government is because these people will literally kill our servicemen and women to push their agendas, and they do it all the time. Conveniently, adding to the Muslim terror, another Afghan national, Mohammed Al-Ghazawis, arrested in Fort Worth, Texas, after posting a TikTok video in which he appeared to be building a bomb. Trump ordered reviews of all refugees admitted under the Biden administration because of all of this, and kind of heightened by the shooting as well. He also designated the Muslim Brotherhood as a terrorist organization. Also, he declared 92% of Biden-era actions irrelevant due to reduced mental capacity and autopin use. So they've been ramping up surveillance measures. Trump was saying that he was going to seek a 3rd term. Remember, they were saying that Trump would be the last president. And, of course, that Trump would usher in a state of security with the tech oligarchs that he brought into his administration. Now, my Ginger theory, the obvious one, the Seditious 6 video was planned to take place so that Trump could cry out sedition and death to traitors and claim that they're trying to overthrow him. That leads to a spike in military concern and widespread fear of a coup. Then there's a shooting in D.C., of all places, on National Guardsmen. Trump is framing this as a foreign invasion, coupled with the rising protests of Israel and his insane foreign policy. These are test runs. They are normalizing military presence in cities. Because the shooting was committed on military members in Washington, D.C., Trump could cite that as spark for an unlawful rebellion, coupled with the protesting going on as well with the ICE protests and the Israel protests. Now, under Section 251 of the Act for Domestic Violence Against Fed Authority, or under Section 252 for insurrections against Fed Authority, and he could invoke martial law due to the time of the insurrection, which would allow for military tribunals in which sedition would be prosecuted and deportations would continue. The reason why this is important to come now is because you can charge people with sedition, especially with rumors of the R word coming around because of what's been going on with Israel. And people in America are not happy that they can't even afford to live, and we're funding other countries and unnecessary wars. He has planned this out, and he's calling out seditious behavior within his own government, and coupling that with the video of the lawmakers. And then you couple that with false flag rumors as big as 9/11. Candace Owens, I don't know if everybody saw, but on Twitter, she said that there's going to be a 9/11 style event in the second week of December. Trump is in talks with Pam Bondi about repealing the Second Amendment while all of this is going on. This is not about Muslim terror. It's pretty much always about something much bigger, much darker. This is a cover for a revolution. I think they know what's going on, and I think they know the hand that they have. And I've heard some theories about how the illegal immigrants that are being brought into this country will be used as a secondary army because military, because our military is full of Southerners, really, and people who will abide by the Constitution. So what can you do to get rid of people who will abide by the law and the Constitution? You bring in people who don't even know what that means. So then you have people who are getting free rides and benefits off the government. So of course they would, yes, I'll help you, United States government, what do you need? And then you have them bringing like the Hindu Association for Israel to the White House. And then you have another celebration in Israel, the same thing. And it's like they're amping up for something.